Well, good morning from Greenwich. This is probably one of our favourite parts of London because you're so close to the city, yet you feel so far removed at the same time. And this is a beautiful time of year to come in the autumn with all the leaves falling and all the colours in Greenwich Park, where we're going to go and explore later. But first, we've arrived hungry.
Always hungry, so
Always hungry.
I fancy something sweet.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to head into Greenwich Market, maybe go and find ourselves a donut and a coffee. Oh yes, this is a great way to start the day. We saw there was a Crosstown Donuts in Greenwich Market. We're a sucker for a donut. We decided not to go for a coffee to pair it with to start with because this is probably going to be quite a lot. We just had a coffee on the train as well. We don't want to like peak too soon.
Yes.
Slightly extortionate start to the day. Them two are £12.
Yeah, and they're not very big.
They're not very big. However, they are their 10-year celebration one, which is peanut butter, banana, and something else.
It's quite heavy.
It needs to be heavy for £6 a piece. Hopefully it's going to taste good as well.
Sticky. Ooh. Yep, you are not going to like that.
Well, you're not having both of them. Not when they've cost me £12. Now I know that was an extortionate price for a donut, and there's probably people shouting at the screen going, "You're crazy, paying £12 for 2 donuts," but my God, that was an incredible donut. Possibly the best donut I've ever eaten.
Wouldn't go that far. It was very messy.
It was messy, but it was just full of banana filling, the sticky peanut butter all over the top, and then it had candied little crunchy nuts on the top. That was perfect.
Beautiful.
Worth every penny? Probably not. Well, Josh, Greenwich knew we were coming. They've rolled out the big guns. Now we picked a day to come to Greenwich because the weather forecast was for sunshine. This is the reality. It's grey, it's dreary, it's drizzly. Welcome to London.
To be fair, it was clearing up when we first got here, and we went and had that donut, and now it's dreary again.
Hopefully it's going to pass because in about, what, an hour's time?
Hourish, yeah.
We've got tickets to go and explore that there, which is the Cutty Sark, very famous in Dry Dock. I don't think I've ever been on that before, have you?
Nope, never.
So it's new for both of us, and it'd be nice if it's dry while we're on top. So we've decided, while it's a bit grey and drizzly outside, we're going to come and walk the Greenwich Foot Tunnel, which takes you from one side of the River Thames all the way over to the other side of the River Thames, and obviously it's under the river, so we're dry.
Unless there's a hole in the tunnel and it
Happy
leaks.
thoughts, eh? Well, we've made it through the tunnel to the other side of the river. We're now at Island Gardens. It's still grey, drizzly. Not quite the view we were hoping for.
I'm confused. The radar, weather radar, whatever it's called, doesn't say rain. It just says cloud.
Hopefully that means it's just a little light passing cloud and it's going to clear up for us, because just behind Josh, you're not really going to be able to see it very well, but it's Greenwich Park and you've got the Royal Observatory and everything up there, and you get some fantastic views across London when the weather's not like this.
And if it's like this, you're not going to see a good view. So, fingers crossed.
It was kind of ironic that Josh mentioned about the tunnel maybe leaking, because on the way out, as you come this way, there is a sign that tells you about how the tunnel was damaged by bombs during World War II, and there's an entire section that you have to walk through that was repaired following that damage in World War II, and they tell you that as you get this end, knowing damn well that you've probably got to go back again under the same tunnel.
Unless you want to go swimming.
No.
I ain't got my speedos today, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't think you'd want to swim in there.
Absolutely not.
There is a nice little park over here though to sort of chill and rest away from the crowds, and there's also this coffee shop now. I don't remember that being there last time we were here. I feel like that's new.
That definitely wasn't there. I mean, what's it been? 2.5 years since we last been here?
Maybe longer.
3, probably 4.
There are palm trees on this side though, so with the mist, the drizzle, the palm trees, it's got a little bit more of a tropical vibe.
Sure. Now you can get a lift up and down this tunnel, but someone won't let me.
Look, that donut was hench. We've got to burn it off, and this seems like the perfect way to do it. Steps either side.
It's just not fair.
Also, this tunnel is meant to be super haunted, so I don't know I'd want to be stuck down here on my own at night. Luckily, I think it closes before it gets too late.
Oh, imagine staying here for the night.
It would be very creepy.
With all the lights off.
And the potential of a cave-in. Not quite so sure about the quality of some of the modern day repairs.
Yeah.
Told ya, tropical vibes.
There's people wearing woolly hats, gloves, full-on coats. I'm sweating.
They're taking the lift, they're cheating, that's why.
Yeah, but it's not just that. Even out here. I'm only wearing a hoodie because it's wet. Because I'm British.
Well, on that note though, it's actually stopping and it looks like it is starting to brighten up a little bit. Also, there's a food market there.
Yeah, don't let that fool you because it was brightening up when we first got here.
Forever the optimist.
Oh, I thought it was going to go,
If you hadn't guessed, we're on the Cutty Sark now. And if you don't know anything about this ship, it used to carry tea from Asia to Victorian Britain. Cool. That is a hefty chain. You wouldn't have been very good on here from Asia all the way back to Britain, would you?
I would have sucked right in the middle. I'm literally like this.
And at the edges, obviously, it like bows one way. It really throws you out. It's quite trippy. Also, we didn't realise that was actually people singing.
No, I thought it was like a tune, so I'm
Yeah, we thought it was a soundtrack to go with all the graphics and everything that were playing on the side of the strip, but no, it's actual people singing.
And it's one for the hot sun above, two for the black gold we love, and it's three for the fire that burns down below. Roll Northumbria, roll me boys.
And apparently it didn't just carry tea from Asia as well, it carried wool and sheep from Australia. Pick a tune for the piano to play the most famous sea shanty.
early in the morning.
I don't know why, I was expecting the keys to actually come up and down.
Don't expect too much. Does anyone else remember singing that in assembly in school? Was it
You're
just
going
me?
back a bit now.
Or am I just too old? I see people. Ooh, someone just flashed a light.
Also, they're singing about giving us a drop of brandy. How wonky this ship is. I don't think I need a drop of brandy.
Oh, no.
I feel drunk as it is.
Absolutely not.
On the road, give us a drop of brandy.
Thank you very much.
He's not here every day.
I'm not here every day, but I can be. This is exciting, we've come outside now.
I don't know why this is the most exciting bit of any ship when you come up on deck. Oh, they do an experience. I've never told you this. You can literally climb the rigs all the way up to the top.
Nah.
I thought that might be a no.
I'll let you do that one.
Obviously, we've sniffed out the ship's kitchen, or as it's called on a ship, a galley. That is a big thing of lime juice. I reckon they're making margaritas.
Cool, sounds good to me.
Not so sure on the beds though, don't look very comfy.
I'd have no hope. I mean, I won't fit in that.
It's about half your length, actually. That's probably about 3 foot long.
Literally, that is my legs.
You know, you said you needed the toilet.
Yep.
There it is. Ship's done, look. Little outhouse. Sit yourself down in there.
What's the bucket for?
Probably to wash water down a bit because it wouldn't have flushed. Just remember this operated in Victorian times.
I'm not that desperate.
It's a really cool view off the front of the ship though, with the ship's bust over to the city of London. It's actually Canary Wharf, isn't it, on that side of the river? It's really cool though to see the ship pointing at the River Thames where it would have sailed down, bringing tea, wool, everything back to the UK. We did go up the back of the ship as well, where the wheel is. Really cool wheel.
Very narrow.
Really old ship's compass up there as well, but it's very tight and squeezy up there. There isn't a lot of room to manoeuvre. We're venturing back towards the ship's wheel because we just remembered there's a little section over here where you can go down some stairs, and we forgot to have a look because it got so busy and tight up here that we kind of just escaped. But yeah, there's the ship wheel. I'm glad you're not driving though.
I don't understand, why is it at the back?
I don't understand why it's facing that way when the front of the ship's that way. How do they see?
I get it's at the back of the boat, but you want to look that way, right?
I'd like to think so. This is where the posh toilet is. Would you have made it to the posh bit of the ship though?
Probably not.
Now, while it's really cool to walk around this ship that was sailing 150 plus years ago and see some of the old artifacts like the old life belts, and they've even got a post box on here that sailors used to put their letters back home in. This has to be the coolest bit. You can literally come under the ship and just sit here, walk under it, look up at the hull, which looks absolutely magnificent.
They've even put the calf down here, which is a good idea.
Yeah, the calf's literally just over there as well. It's weird though, it looks like it's somehow magically floating.
Yeah.
It's really trippy, but I love it. Now this is an incredible vantage point of the ship's hull, and it depicts how deep the bottom of the ship would have been under the ocean surface, I guess. And beneath us is the world's largest collection of merchant navy ship figureheads. Didn't even know that was a thing.
No, nor did I.
I was just reading about the actual figurehead on the Cutty Sark though, and apparently it's called Nanny, after a witch that was in Robert Burns' poem Tam O'Shanter. Never knew that.
Me either.
Every day's a school day.
It is.
Funny, because you said that piano took you back to being at school, so here we are.
Also, I'm looking out the window, people were looking in, and I kind of want to go up and go,
oh, that was us a little while ago outside waving in. No, because it's like one-way glass, isn't it? It's quite creepy actually being on street level and then having this massive drop. Well, I'm really glad that we done that, because that was really good fun. Made it even more fun by the fact that we came here by train today, and if you go on the National Rail website, they do 2-for-1 days out in London. This is on it, so that cost 20 quid for the both of us.
not bad.
Bargain.
Anyway, I'm starving.
How about we head back to Greenwich Market, because there looked to be some really delicious food in there earlier when we got that donut. Hopefully it won't be £12 for like one sausage roll or something.
If it's not, there's a Greg's down the road. I'm joking, I'm joking.
That is true.
I'm joking.
So we just found this little section of Greenwich Market that is all street food, and pretty much anything you fancy you can grab in that street food corner of the market. This is what we grabbed.
Yes.
We saw this stand and we was like, that sounds right up our street. It is a pulled pork wrap. It's got maple syrup, slaw and pickles and onions and barbecue sauce and all sorts going on in there.
And she made it all fresh.
Yeah, they make all the wraps fresh and everything, all on the grill, and there is a lot of filling in there as well. This was a tenner. That's £2 cheaper than those two donuts. And what they done, because they knew we were sharing, is they put half of it in two separate little trays to make it easier for us to eat. But look, I mean, that half is enormous. That is more than enough for half each.
I'm already making a mess.
Ooh. It nearly fell over the umbrella stand.
It's messy, but it's so good.
It does smell really, really amazing. And also, we've come back into the same bit where we ate the donuts to eat this, because obviously it's really busy in the market. There's literally nobody here. There's all these benches along here. They're a little bit damp at the minute where it's been raining. We sat here and ate the donut earlier. We're going to stand here and eat these now in the grounds of the Royal Naval College, and it's just really peaceful. It's brightening up, it's not raining anymore, it's mild, and we've got a pulled pork wrap. Does it get any better than that?
We also saw a really big sausage roll on the way out, so we're going to nip back over there in a minute after we've eaten these. Pick up a sausage roll for later.
We're thinking that maybe for the train journey home. Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Anyway, I need to eat this because I'm dripping.
Yeah, and I need to eat mine before it gets cold.
We're literally leaning over this bench, eating this right now. Very messy. Just stay your hands.
I don't care, it's so good.
It was. I think the gherkins definitely made that.
Yeah, it was like that pulled pork.
You need to wipe your mouth.
The pulled pork was just, excuse me.
Oh my God, you're a right state. I'm a 5-year-old, ladies and gentlemen.
But it It was just so succulent. The sauce in there was really flavourful, and I think the tanginess of those pickles and the sweetness of the slaw and the barbecue sauce.
Do you want me to get you a bib?
Just had everything going on. And I'm saving it for later.
The one annoying thing is we normally bring like hand sanitizers and that with us. We have nothing, so our hands are a bit sticky at the moment.
I asked him before we left home if he had hand sanitizer and lip balm, and he said yes. He only bought lip balm.
I thought you said lip balm.
I did.
I have lip balm. Always have my lip balm. Ooh.
Weirdo. Now, for everyone that always says people don't show the reality of the situation, welcome to the National Maritime Museum. Obviously having a bit of a glow up at the minute, so not looking her best right now.
No, but
hopefully the inside's still going to be good though, because last time we come here I remember really enjoying it, but I don't actually remember much about it.
I remember some parts. I remember standing on a big map.
Oh yeah, big map of the globe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but I think it was upstairs somewhere, I think.
I think there's quite a lot of interactive stuff.
Yes.
And the best thing, it's free.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there was penguins or something.
There's a stuffed penguin, that I do remember.
I remember that too.
Well, they've got one figurehead modelled on me and one figurehead modelled on Josh.
Rude. Luckily,
Percy the penguin is still on show. He's an emperor penguin, and he was saw on the Antarctic expedition of Captain Scott. We went on Captain Scott's ship when we went up into Dundee.
We did.
So that penguin's been on there, and so have we, and now we're both here.
It's a small world.
Look at the size of that saw that would have been used to cut through the ice.
Just goes to show how thick it actually was.
Now, as you'd expect from the National Maritime Museum, it is a museum full of maritime stuff, including a really impressive restored stained glass half dome that used to sit on the Baltic Exchange before it was damaged by a bomb. Unfortunately, at the moment, the whole big central atrium where all the really cool stuff is normally housed is closed to the public because of all the work they're doing.
I'm gutted, but it is what it is.
It's a little bit disappointed because we remember that being really cool. However, there's still plenty to see and do in there. Really happy to see as well that the polar exhibition was still open. And you can't really complain because it is free. You didn't pay to get in.
I wasn't complaining, I was just gutted. I was like, oh.
Never mind, at least we've done the Cutty Sark this time as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But now we've come in to Greenwich Park, which looks absolutely beautiful at this time of the year with the autumn colours. We're going to climb a hill up towards the Royal Observatory to the viewpoint over London. Luckily the weather's cleared a little bit, so hopefully we should get a view.
Hopefully. I mean, I've taken my hoodie off as well. And
it was really warm in there, even in the polar bit.
Do I put my hoodie back on? But I'm thinking after that hill, because I think I'm going to be a bit...
That's a fair point.
Man of my age can't handle it these days.
Just check out all of these autumn colours. If a postcard of London in autumn was in real life, this would be it.
I wish it stayed like it, but then it just goes naked and
grey and even on a grey day like today though, the autumn colours make it pop, but I know what you mean.
Brightens it up a
couple
little bit.
more weeks, won't be anything.
Shh. Oh. No.
Well, it's definitely worth walking all the way up that hill to the viewpoint because those views of London are insane. You can see everything from the London Eye, the Shard, the Gherkin, right down to the Cutty Sark where we were earlier, Canary Wharf, and if you come around the corner a little bit, you can even see the O2 Arena.
I haven't been to the O2 Arena in years.
And you still haven't today.
No.
I was going to say though, last week we were in Camden,
yes,
and we walked up to Primrose Hill to see the really cool views of London from there.
I
I think I prefer this.
I was going to say this view's 10 times better.
It all feels just a little bit closer.
A little bit more of a work to, actually.
No, Primrose Hill was an effort.
Yeah.
Not that this isn't.
This one was a slight incline.
Yeah,
Is that the word?
well, there's various different ways to get to it as well. So you can walk a little bit further and less of a hill if you really want to.
Yeah.
So we just come to this sign that said this is Queen Elizabeth's Oak. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, that tree doesn't look that old. And then we realised it's actually that one laying down there, or at least that's the remnants of it. I did think it was a bit strange.
Yeah.
Walking in an autumn wonderland. Here we are, we're in Greenwich. We went on the Cutty Sark. Half the museum's closed, but we don't care, cause that pulled pork wrap and donut were banging.
I'm hungry.
Also at the top of the hill is something else that we've never done before. That's the Royal Observatory, where you can go and stand on the thingy line, you know, the timeline, the Greenwich Meridian.
The thingy line.
Yeah, it's the timeline at 0, you know, where the
thingy line.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is we've never done it, we haven't got time to do it today, but we do always say we like to save something to come back and do another day.
I mean, there's always something to do in London. No matter how many times you've been here. I've been here so many times, I've still not done everything.
Including straddling the thingy line.
Yeah.
Now, we couldn't come to Greenwich and not stop by our favourite bubble tea shop. This is the Whale Tea. It's the first place we ever had a brown sugar boba and absolutely fell in love with it. And here we are, 2.5 years later. Look at that. It is still a thing of beauty.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Fail.
Oh my God. Oh,
Third time lucky.
that's why you give you a napkin. Okay. You think you're smart? Go
No
for it.
pressure, eh?
Oh, interesting. Third time lucky.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To 3 times to get the straw in.
Most people drink beer and we're just drinking bubble tea.
So where we just sat and had our bubble tea, this is the Royal Naval College and they're practicing band on the other side. We've just come walking away to come for a walk down by the Thames. They're playing Star Wars.
Why is it we sat there for about a good half an hour and there were just literally just people going like crap, whatever it is. And now we walk away like dun 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 dun. It's like the professionals now here.
Like an actual conductor.
No comment.
Well, I'm glad we chose to walk along the Thames Path a little way because we've just stumbled across the Trafalgar Tavern, which is possibly, if not the most colourful pub in London, definitely one of the most colourful pubs in London. And then we walked a little bit further down a Union Jack laden alleyway and we come to what we think is an old hospital that looks kind of like a castle, and it looks really cool in front of this old power station. You never know what you're going to find along this river, I tell you.
That's why you wander.
It is.